am from the MACC, which is basically the Malaysian Association of Chinese Comedians. He mentioned just now I'm one of the famous four. No, the reason I'm here is because I'm one of the cheapest four. Alright,
free!
Yes, exactly, you know. All you had to do was like, Chiro, we got a show with corporate clients at the Star. You want to do it? I said, corporate clients, no, very difficult. And he says, well, there's free food. I said, yes, straight away. So it's very easy. We're all having fun here. I'm sure we're all having fun here tonight. And I hope that each of us, every one of us, we will drink like A and W. Because every time we drink, it must be A and W lah, you know. Keep saying we close shop, but never close shop lah. Let's do that, okay? Let's do that. As long as we're recording, okay, we must always drink like A and W. Yes, you know. Right, so my name is Phoon. Yes, I'm from the Malaysian Association of Chinese Comedians, MACC. A lot of people get my group confused with the actual MACC. I have some real stories here. It's because we have a Facebook group that is more famous than the actual MACC. We get a lot of messages coming from the public, you know, MACC. So 2 years ago, because I actually handle that Facebook group, yeah, MACC, it's actually cracking up. Can I use this?
Yeah.
Hello. Okay, can, good. So
that's MSCC back lah. So you.
Yeah, right. This one got self-censorship on this mic. I will stop you from talking. Okay, so 2 years ago, we, the MACC, the Malaysian Association of Chinese Comedians, received a very innocuous message from the public. It says lah, "Oi, MACC, why did you arrest Lim Guan Eng?" No choice now, because I handle the group. I have to reply properly, you know, because you know it could be a potential client, right? Yeah. So I said, "I'm sorry. We didn't arrest Lim Guan Eng. You have messaged the wrong comedy group." We have to, maintain the level of it. It is actually a true story. I can send you the thing, you know. We've been getting all that. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the start of the year. In fact, this is one of my first formal gig of the year. But let me tell you about my 2019. It was a crazy year. I went to a place that nobody would thought that any comedian would go to do comedy last year. Okay, I went to Hong Kong, of all places, to do comedy. And that's crazy. Look what's happened now to that place. You know, if you've never been to Hong Kong in 2019, let me tell you, I've been there. And I was lucky enough to do comedy on a week where it's a downtime, you know, where all the protesters, the people of Hong Kong stopped protesting. And I walked around the streets and I was impressed and also quite disturbed. Because there was so much graffiti just around. Just imagine this whole room, and this is the city of Hong Kong. Every inch, every block, there's graffiti, you know. And one of the more disturbing graffiti that I, you know, with my comedian brain latched onto was this graffiti, which sounds something like, and I'm sorry I have to swear, "Fuck the popo." Okay? We all passed SPM, right? So fuck is a normal thing, right? This is basically SPM about 10, okay? so I think in your the star journalistic language would be F ****K, okay? So that's it, okay? So I went there and I was now. Why they say this is very simple. Because this is in reference to a very popular rap song in the 90s. Fuck the police. Okay, in America, you know, fuck the police. And Popo is basically called police like in America, okay, which is fine in America. But in Hong Kong, Popo is actually someone who we look forward to getting advice from. Every year, Chinese New Year, we look forward to getting ang pao from, and obviously not someone we want to fuck.
You never know.
So I know. If the wheel is not so great, we have two lah. No, we won't know. Okay, I just really do wish, you know, as someone who's been to Hong Kong and fell in love with the city, let's hope that they have a very bright future and they stop fucking popos. Last year, so I went to another very dangerous place. A lot of people think it's dangerous, but I don't think so. I went to a very dangerous place to do comedy. So the Philippines. If you've never been to the Philippines, Okay, fine. It's very, very dangerous. On the first day, I really thought I was gonna die. On the first day, I tell you, I was gonna die. I was almost gonna die from eating all the pork. Okay, those people eat pork there like crazy. Okay, I stayed with one of my comedian friends in the Philippines, and I stayed there for 4 days. And all 4 days, my comedian friend cooked pork adobo for me. You know, I was so nice. The Filipino hospitality is so great, right? So what I did was, you know, I can't just let him just go away like that and just, you know, do so many nice things to me. And the pork adobo was so good, right? So when he goes off to work, I secretly clean up his whole house. So when he came back, I surprised him. I'm like, surprise! And then my friend was like, started crying. Then I asked him, what did I do wrong? Why are you crying? He said, no, these are tears of joy. This is the first Filipino house that's ever been cleaned by a Chinese. The things I do for my race. Oh my goodness. Then after that, he cooked more pork adobo for me. It's very nice. It's crazy because I went there, performed a couple of shows. Very nice. The crowd was great. And after my last show, my Filipino comedians friends, they were like, they threw me as like a mini party. We went to a restaurant and we ordered every damn pork dish from the menu. You know, I had dinaktakan, which is basically chopped up pork ears cooked in a gravy made out of pork brains. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm telling you, it's like that. We have danu guan pork bits made out of gravy made out of pork blood. You know, like wow. I have lechon paksi, which is basically roasted pork hands and legs. I have sisig, sizzling pork face, ladies and gentlemen. I had so much time eating. And I had so much fun eating and also playing pork Lego. You know, I was putting the whole pig back together. You know, like this part go here, this part go there. And as about to finish the puzzle, I ordered pork sausage to complete it. This is great. It's great fun. I was there also last year. This appeared in your newspaper, and I read it. And I last year there was this survey going on that basically says that the Philippines had the sexiest accent in all of Asia. So while I was there, I took the opportunity to congratulate the Filipino people. I said, congratulations, Filipino people. You have the sexiest accent in all of Asia. And thank goodness, my accent, the Chinese accent, is not the sexiest. Because our Chinese accent is not sexy at all. It's not sexy. Each time we say it's like, who is your father? Who's your daddy? Even the reply is not even sexy. Liu Xing Kiong. Terrible. But the Filipino accent, very sexy. You know, like, who is your father? And the reply is also sexy. You are my father. Brother Joseph, you have a very nice church. Now you might think that me going there doing this joke, I'll be killed by the Filipino people. No. Luckily for me, it turned out they were all the victims. After the show, they came up to me like, Mr. Phoon, very, very good show. Do you know Father Joseph? It was crazy, it was a true story, guys. True story. Last year, I went to Singapore, and I felt very bad going to Singapore this time because as Malaysians, we've been to Singapore so many times, right? For the food and just kidding. I've been to Singapore so many times, and I just found out last year, for the first time, that the Singapore National Service, they don't draft women, but women can join the Singapore National Service as volunteers. I mean, that's great because I can't imagine how the Singapore National Service can take in so many Singapore girls. The sergeant will be like, attention! Singaporean girls will be like, attention where? I want! Give me! Who said that? Give me 20 push-ups now! I'm wearing 20 push-ups! So I performed this joke in Singapore as well, and I thought the Singaporean girls will kill me, right? Turns out, it's true. Oh, that's safe, man. Last year was a really crazy year. Went to perform in Australia as well. I heard the Australian accent just now. Hello, sir. Went to Australia to perform. Yeah, it's great. But when I went to Australia, my new Australian friends had a tough time pronouncing my name because my name is Phoon Chi Ho. Okay, Phoon Chi Ho. And of all of these three Chinese names, the Australians can only pronounce Ho. We can't pronounce Phoon, they're like P-H-L-A-N, Phoon. Can't pronounce C-H-I-J. So like, just call me Ho lah, you know. And then suddenly they were very nice. You know? Australian people were very nice. They were like, "No, mate, we can't call you Ho. That's what we call the Kiwis." Inside joke, I don't understand. But never mind, fine, you know. It's great, guys. Going to Australia. When I went to Australia, I met I was there for 4 weeks actually performing. And after the second week, one of my friends who followed me to Australia suddenly called me on the handphone, you know, because there's something going on with his Airbnb. He's like, "Oh, Chia, mate. Yeah, mate, yeah. Why don't you come over, mate? We've got a barbecue going in my Airbnb. Yeah, it's going to be great. Got some beers, you know, maybe some chicks are coming, some beers. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Why don't you come over, mate? Yeah, we're going to have a great time." And then straight away, my Rachel was like, "Hey, who are you? I'll give back my friend's phone now. Who are you?" And then suddenly his voice changed and he's like, "Hey, bro, it's me now, bro. Hey, come over our party." You know, like, now clap and cheer if this is true. We Malaysians, we are the fastest accent learners on the planet. We fly all the country, we learn the accent already, alright? But, you see, the opposite does not happen.
We learn Angmoh accent only.
Yeah, but the opposite does not happen. You know, we have never gotten a Caucasian friend, a foreign friend, a quiet low, a white person coming up to you and saying, like, "Hello, my name is Jonathan Smith. Yeah? I come from Australia. Yeah? I stay in apa nama the Selangor. Selangor for 24 years. Never, right? All you get is "Hi, my name is Jonathan Smith. Yeah, I come from Australia. Yeah, I stayed in Selangor for 24 years. La." I'm pretty sure at some point in time in your life you go like, "I'm just going to fit in this last whenever I can, you know. I need to assimilate in a Malaysian life." I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry, do what you will, right? But this is how it was, yeah. But the thing is, when I went to Australia, it was so nice, you know. Met a lot of new Australian friends. They sometimes, you know, when I walk around the city and they see me from afar, they be like, "Hey guys, it's Chiho. Hey, this is my new Chinese friend. Let's call him over. Hey Chiho, mate, come over here, mate. Yeah, guys, this is Chiho, my new Chinese friend. Hey Chiho, why don't you show us some kung fu?" Come on. Truth be told, okay, we don't do such things to our foreign friends coming to our country. Right? We've never seen an Australian guy coming like, "Hey, Jonathan Smith, come. My first friend from Australia, come. Guys, this is my Australian friend. Hey, Jonathan Smith, hey, throw a boomerang." Never done that, right? Hey, Antonio, come on, Antonio. Antonio, my first Italian friend. Hey, they make a pizza. Hey, Michael from US of A. Wow, my first USA friend. Come. Hey, Michael. Wow, USA. Hey, why don't you why don't you say something stupid? We don't do that. Okay? This is how we are. We invite, you know, everybody coming to our country. We're very nice to them, which is why we've been taken over by so many people. That's how it is, all right. But I was told that 2019 was a tough year, but 2020 was also a tougher year.
Fake news.
Yeah, fake news. It's not. It's gonna be good. Yeah. Can we quote him for tomorrow's article or something? But I don't know about you. I'm Chinese, and I'm absolutely confident that we Chinese people, we can survive anything. That's right. Because we Chinese people, we have a very ancient saying. And this saying is called, you all can adopt it as well, no problem. Huh? This ancient saying is called, "Suffer first, enjoy later." In Cantonese, it's "Suffer first, enjoy later." Okay? And "suffer first, enjoy later" has taught us Chinese people to do all the tough things, all the difficult things, you know. So all the easy things become very easy, or the tough things easy, whatever. So everything becomes easy, which is why we Chinese people, we are very, very famous for the most difficult things on the planet. You know, like we are good in maths. You know, we are good in gymnastics. You know, we are good in staying in Malaysia. Last time we fat, but we suffer first, now we enjoy already. Okay, that's how it is. Okay, which is why also we Chinese people we enjoy eating the most. Because why? It's the way we eat. You know, other races in Malaysia they don't enjoy as much because they don't suffer first. Therefore, they cannot enjoy. How they eat? How the other races eat? 5 fingers wrapped around the food. Okay, these 5 fingers will bring the food to the mouth. That's how they eat. No suffer, no enjoy. But we Chinese people, we have developed the most difficult way to eat. 5 fingers wrapped around 2 artificial wooden fingers. These 2 wooden fingers will wrap around the food, and if you're skillful enough, this food will survive the journey to the mouth. Okay, that is how it is. Okay, chopsticks are the most difficult way to eat. Okay, why? Because we need to suffer first, only can enjoy. Okay? So a long time ago, you know, a lot of Chinese people were just suffering. You know, I cannot master the chopstick. But after a while, we Chinese people, because we suffered, now we enjoy. We mastered the chopstick. That wasn't enough. Because there was a period of time we all enjoyed only. Not enough. So we had to suffer again. What we did, we Chinese people, we developed food that is incompatible with the chopstick. Soup, our food, rice, porridge, whatever. All the food is incompatible with the chopstick. Okay, you cannot chopstick up. Which is why there was a long time ago, you know, everybody cannot use the chopstick to chopstick all the food, right? Nowadays, you see all the Chinese people you meet, they won't ask you things like how are you, you know, how's your day, you know. They always ask you things like, this you know, have you eaten? Because I haven't eaten. I cannot master the chopstick yet. You know? But after a while, you know, we mastered the chopstick. We mastered the chopstick. So somehow we can use chopsticks for everything, you know. Then we thought, hey, cannot let's notch up the food a bit, you know. Let's turn normal things into things that we cannot chopstick. For instance, last time, very easily we can chopstick the fish and put into our mouth. But nowadays, we can't chopstick the fish into our mouth straight away. Because nowadays, the fish is now in the shape of a ball. Fish ball. We can't chopstick the damn thing, man. It's terrible, you know. And then it's really difficult for our chefs also, you know. If you're all around the world, like Gordon Ramsay, Jimmy Oliver, all the top chefs in the world, they have several knives for them to use. They have the chef's knife for cooking, for chopping things of meat, you know, vegetables. They have the fillet knife to basically fillet the fish. They have the butter knife to put butter on the bread. We Chinese people, we don't have that. Why? Because we're Chinese. We need to suffer first. Enjoy later. We Chinese people, we only have one big damn chopping knife, you know. There's one big cleaver, and with this cleaver we can chop anything. We can chop the meat, chop the vegetable, fillet the fish, and even apply butter if you want lah. You know, it's just everything. You know, make it very very difficult. So that's why we suffer first, enjoy later. Which is why, you know, we Chinese people, we have lots of fun when we eat. Yeah? Lots of fun when we eat. Hor fun, lo xu fun, lo xu fun. And after having all the fun, we go back home and, you know, our famous fun come on, the fun cow. Which is very bad. But not enough, ladies and gentlemen. You know? Not enough. We Chinese people, we also developed the most difficult dining experience in the world. Why? Because we need to suffer first, enjoy later. We developed the hawker food court. Most competitive dining experience in the world. Because you can never go to a hawker place alone. Huh? You cannot go to a hawker place alone. You walk in all alone. I see empty table. Wow, so lucky. Sit down first. Sit down. And after that you're like, shit, how to order food? Hey, go off again, you know. If you go off only, you find that one big Chinese family will colonize the table already. Okay, that's how it is. So we have the most competitive dining experience in the world, ladies and gentlemen. But you think, this is maybe we shouldn't do it so much, you will die off. No. We are Chinese people, we need to suffer first, enjoy later. Every Sunday, no fail, my family will go to a Chinese hawker area. Yeah, no fail, you know. All my family members, we are my younger brother, my mom, my mother, you know, and our helper. Why we have a helper? Because of my grandmother who is on a wheelchair. She's on a wheelchair and we force her to go to a hawker center. She is asking things like, "Ayo, so inconvenient. Why can't you just tap out back to me?" And then my father likes, "Mother, we are Chinese. We need to suffer first, enjoy later. We get everybody up to the van. We drive the van to the hawker center. We park at the handicap parking. Why? Because of my grandmother. She suffered for us to enjoy, okay? So we park at the handicap area. Then we go to the hawker center, and we know that we're not in the hawker center. We Chinese people, we just don't go in. We just don't simply go in there and look for table. No. We Chinese people, we all know that when we tackle and when we're looking for space in hawker center, we need 3 things. Number 1, coordination. Number 2, strategy. And number 3 is something that's very foreign to Chinese people: trust among family members. So first thing, we have coordination. Coordination, when we walk in, we cannot just simply walk in and look for table. No. We as a family, we need to spread out. Spread out in such a way that we can see every family member in one glance, okay? Because whenever one family member raises up the hand and sound the signal, we all rally to the family member. That's how we do it, okay? So there's something to learn here. When you go to a hawker center and you see a lot of people standing around, no. It's not because the hawker center got a lot of customers, no. It might be from a big family. And they're just very coordinated. Okay? So please, so coordination. Second is strategy. Strategy comes when you identify which table you want to tackle already. Okay? The strategy comes the way you stand, because you need to stand far away from the table enough to not interfere with the rhythm of the people eating on the table, but near enough to the table to send a message to all the Chinese people in the restaurant and say like, hey, this table is fucking mine. That's how we do it. Okay? That's how we do it. But sometimes this strategy don't even work at all. Because some Chinese people are very black-hearted. They eat very slow. Even though you're standing next to them, they eat very slow. Don't worry, my family got special strategy. Yeah? If this family is very black-hearted, eat very slow. First person we send to is my brother. My brother will stand next to the table and act like he's hungry. If that strategy doesn't work, we send the brother away and send our helper stand next to the table, start collecting the plates. If that strategy does not work, right, we send the helper away and roll my pawpaw to the table and collect donations. Okay? No choice. Okay? Have to use the pawpaw for sometimes. Okay? Okay? See, but the thing is, all this strategy we have in our war chest does not work sometimes, because we might be standing in front of this table who's eating just like that, but we can see another table eating faster than your table. We cannot, as Chinese people, we cannot simply announce like, son, that table is eating faster than my table, you go stand there. Cannot! Because other Chinese people will definitely go to the same table. Alright? So we cannot use language to communicate. We can only use mouth signals. Okay. There are several mouth signals. One mouth signal is this one. Which means the table is very, very near. Another mouth signal is which means the table is in the next restaurant. And one mouth signal is which means people take already like useless slant. But see, there was one point, I made my family proud. I found the table, I raised my hand, all my family members started walking back to me. All the other Chinese people are all doing this. They're all jealous, My father was very, very proud, walking towards the table. He was like, oh, my son. My eldest. My grandmother was like, wow, rolling, do the wheelie, woo! And we all sat down at the table. I was happy, my whole family was happy. Why? Because we suffered first. Now we get to enjoy. Suddenly my father stood up and I thought, wow, my father, wow, so proud, he's going to make a speech, He looked at all of us in the eye and said, look at me for what? Faster go order food lah. After 5 seconds we dispersed out already. But there, I learned something very, very important. Because after coordination, after strategy, there's the third thing. Trust among family members. I now know why we brought our pawpaw on the wheelchair out. Because we need to leave her on the table to make sure other Chinese people won't take our table. Remember, okay, you want to succeed in anything, coordination, strategy, and trust among family members. That's how we succeed. I think I'll let you guys enjoy your night. But before I go, just give me the liberty of just telling you one more joke. Just one more joke, okay? we now live in the so-called new Malaysia, and really it is basically driven because of people from the media like you guys who are strong enough to stand against what is right, and that's why we get a new Malaysia. But I would say, as a comedian, let's not use the term new Malaysia. This is not the new Malaysia. Because I've lived through the 90s. Most of us lived through the 90s. This is not new Malaysia. This is Malaysia back in the 90s. Huh? Who's our Prime Minister? Tun Mahathir. Who's going to be Prime Minister? Anwar Ibrahim. Huh? What just was shown in the cinemas? Lion King. Oh, yeah. This is 90s, man. Huh? Who are the happiest football fans on the planet now? Liverpool. What the heck? It's 90s.